Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and we kick off with Flair. If you do like the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We are not far away from Flair launching, and so for me, what's really important is to go over what can we expect. What's Flair Finance? What's AAA to NFTs? How's this all going to work? How's it all going to make sense? What are the opportunities for you as well? I highly encourage you to look into this. I cannot stress it enough. It will pay huge dividends to understand the Flair network, where it's going, why it's here, and everything around it. It will pay huge dividends. The worst thing that you can do is wake up one day, have some Flair rock up in your exchange if you had XRP December 2020, and just sell it. That, for me, is the worst thing that can possibly happen. Now, when we talk about Flair, we jump on flair.xyz. That's the main website of Flair. And straight away it says, unleashing value. So 65% of the value of blockchain tokens is inaccessible to decentralized applications. And that changes now with Flair. There's the big promise, right? Now, the F asset bringing Turing complete smart contracts to each integrated chain. The current coins that are going to be on it is XRP, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, and Stellar. So there will be more that come around, but for now, these are the main coins that are going to be on there. And the Flair time series oracle, so the FTSO, provides externally sourced data estimates to the Flair network in a decentralized manner. It does so by leveraging the distributed nature of the network and its participants. So Flair takes a little bit more to understand, wrap your head around, and get used to. But it will pay off. So it will be the world's first Turing complete FBA network, scalable and doesn't base safety on a native token, low transaction cost, and integrates Ethereum virtual machine. Very, very powerful. Now, there are lots of networks that you can follow up and learn more about it. And of course, number one for me is Twitter. So jump on the Twitter, hit the follow and alarm bell. It will, like 149,000 followers already. And I like the mission of Flair, which is, unlocking value. In the previous video, I spoke about Songbird and how Songbird is going to be the canary network for Flair, measure twice, cut once. And I love that, because for me, it's really, really important to get a good understanding of how it works and, for them to test it out. And this, the Songbird announcement has been very, very, very well received. Very well received. So from that point of view, when we look at this and we look at how it's all going and where it's heading, it's also important for you to check out Flair Finance and to be on top of what Flair Finance is, how it works, and how the institutional grade decentralized finance will be built on the Flair network. Very, very, very important. When you go on the Flair Finance homepage, so you can click on here and you can actually go on flr.finance, you will notice, first of all, a very beautiful website. The very first DeFi platform built on Flair network and all the benefits of it. And again, this is great stuff to get a hold of, to get an understanding, to understand what is happening, how it's happening, and why on the Flair Finance network. So you do have quite a bit of homework to do in terms of researching all of these, researching where they're going, and also understanding where your opportunities are within this particular new ecosystem that will be launching. And from a structure point of view, it's really fascinating to watch Flair come alive. But for me, what's going to be even more fascinating is what happens next. So after it launches and how it will impact. Now, when we talk about launch and we talk about the exchanges that it's going to be on, I mean, it is a star-studded lineup of exchanges that it's going to be on. And this list is massive. From Binance to Binance US. Some of them you may know, some of them you don't know. And certainly, around the world, there are many, many, many exchanges. Obviously, we know the big ones. But if we look here, the list just goes on and on and on and on of where all the exchanges that Flair is going to be on, which CoinSpot in Australia is going to be one of them. Crypto.com will definitely be one of them. And so there is so much going on within the Flair network that it is very, very exciting from an exchange point of view, just how many exchanges are going to have the Flair network available to them. And the list just goes, we just keep going and keep going, right? So massive. Now, from a wallet's perspective as well, so, for Spark and Claim only, we look over here and we see, all the wallets that it's going to be available on from a private ledger wallet perspective. It's very, very exciting. Now, as always, it wouldn't be a Crypto Serpent video without giving you, the rundown on why it's important for you to understand the white papers, get a hold of the white papers, read the white papers. And that when I go over this, right, I mean, we're talking about 19 pages for the Flair network and Spark token. We're looking at 11 pages for the FXRP white paper. And then for FCP white paper, we're talking about another 14 pages. So it's not that long. However, unlike some white papers, this is in very, very small font sizes. And with that being said, it may only be 14 pages, but there is a lot here to unpack and a lot here to uncover. And we'll go over this, once Flair launches and it goes live, and I will definitely cover, all of this on the channel. It will be important to cover it on the channel, and what are the opportunities, how the XRP ledger works, how the Flair network works, how all of them combined, make a huge, huge, huge impact. And yeah, look, it is fascinating. Sometimes it can go a little bit over your head. I know certainly I have to read it twice at least before I even begin to have an understanding of it, and to be fair, sometimes even a third time, and that's when it really starts to kick in. But make sure you do. The flair.xyz/blog has all the blogs coming up, how the visual guide, how Gala Games is going to be involved with the Flair network as well. So huge, lots of information on there. When we look at the F assets, so from an assets point of view, there's quite a lot of information on here from that perspective. And then we have, obviously, we cannot wait for the 888tnw.com website to launch, which is the Flair Network's NFT website. And I can't wait to see this unfold and release into the market. It is going to be so cool to see how Flair gets a portion of the NFT marketplace. And when we talk about it, from a minting cost under $1 and thousands of transactions per second, it is going to be truly exciting. And 8.88% of all profits will go into a foundation, which will employ a team of people who will travel the globe searching for artisanal artists in developing nations, helping them transform their physical work into digital form, which will in turn be auctioned off with 100% of proceeds going to the artists and their local communities. For me, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to see things like this. And already the believers and what's come on board and what will be coming on board. So very, very exciting to see all of this unpack, how the journey is going to be unfolding, the technology behind it, obviously using the Flair network. And so for me, Flair is a huge opportunity. It's an exciting time to learn about it, and learning about it now and wrapping your head around it will pay huge dividends in this particular field. So exciting, overall, very, very exciting times. And I think that we all eagerly anticipating the launch and how, it really will complete the XRP mission, the network, and it will really start to see both of them really make huge headways around the world in this blockchain world. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and as always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.